Good afternoon everyone, how are we all doing? I hope we're well. Apologies for being off camera today, I haven't been sleeping well and it's starting to show, so I thought I'd best remain behind the mic. But what is under the sewing machine today, I hear you ask? Well, I'm hoping that by now you'll have started to hear the faint whispers that the 26th of October is National Jumpsuit Day. Yeah, no, this does exist. I was approached by the lovely 85th and Way to take part in the jumpsuit challenge and I said yes. I have a whole video devoted to my pattern and my final make, which will go live on the 26th of October. But as part of this challenge, I have one day, which is today, the 10th of October, to talk through an aspect of Jumpsuit Day. But rather than completely spoil the surprise of my own make, yeah, right, I haven't sewn it up yet, you got me. I thought that I would chat through some inspiration points for those of you out there who go, yeah, that sounds fun, but I'm not about jumpsuits. How can I get in on the act? Well, hold that thought. Before we get into all of that, I just wanted to mention, if you do want to take part in this challenge, and we're really hoping that you do, there are a few things you need to know. Firstly, you are to sew a romper, jumpsuit, playsuit, bodysuit or overalls between the 25th of September and 26th of October 2022. It must be for an adult, 21 years or older. Any posts, any social media posts, blogs, vlogs, whatever, please tag 85th and Wade. Use the hashtag sewrompjumpplaypeek. Post final creations on the 26th of October 2022 by 11:59 PM Central Daylight Time. Any teaser whip posts you want to upload, please use the hashtag sewrompjumpplaypeek. Now, hopefully you've got all that and you'll be willing to take part. Also, just as a quick thing, some of the images I'm going to use today have been taken from horror films, so if you're a bit squeamish, or you're not quite so keen, just proceed with a little bit of caution. Now, back to it. What if I told you you could try out an outfit for one night, and if it doesn't work, no one will ever know? Fancy dress can be a great way to test out new items and styles in such a way that if it doesn't work, who cares? At least you've had fun. And if it does work, amazing! And with the most spookiest time of the year just around the corner, may I present to you a Halloween jumpsuit inspiration video. Yay! I do think that this is the only video in the whole of YouTube that is about this specific subject. No, please don't correct me if I'm wrong. But before we get started on the inspiration part, I'll be getting there, I'll get there. Hold on. For those of us jumpsuit newbies, there are a few considerations we might want to have before we have that night of frightful fun. 1. Fabric choice. Will you be outside for the most part trick-or-treating, or are you going to be inside in some form of monster bash? Getting the right fabric can make your night far more comfortable. It would be a real shame if you hide your slinky Carrie-inspired jumpsuit with all that fake blood under a jacket because it's freezing outside. Similarly, a heavy polyester outfit could leave you sweating buckets if you're indoors all night. So that's something to consider there. What are you going to make your costume out of? Closures. It's important to remain hydrated throughout the night, but with good hydration comes the cool of nature. Front openings will solve that in an instant, be it a zip, buttons, velcro or snaps. Anything like that will make it easier to get into your jumpsuit and answer that call. But I appreciate that might ruin the look. You might want something a bit more slinky. Something to remember, maybe have a long piece of fabric sewn onto your zip so you can get in and out yourself. But more importantly, you don't have to recreate the exact outfit. You can have a lot of fun with some inspiration pieces. Let's take a look at this poor unfortunate soul in her mock-up jumpsuit. Kind of has a Tim Burton vibe, don't you think? I know he loves a good black and white stripe. And these vertical stripes does inspire a kind of a Sleepy Hollow Katrina Van Tassel sort of look. Although the model is less Sleepy Hollow and more Beetlejuice. But you get my drift. Similar looking fabric and some iconic accessories can have you leaning nicely into the spirit of things without diving in head first. Now, enough of these points. Let's get to the inspiration. I've already mentioned Carrie, Sleepy Hollow and Beetlejuice, but what else? Well, let's start with a classic jumpsuited character, Catwoman. On the surface, this is a very simple look, ranging from these absolute standards of the 1960s, Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, Eartha Kitt, giving you options for a 1960s style playsuit with all that glittery goodness. 1960s not your bag, baby? Well, you can easily bring it up to the modern day with an Anne Hathaway or Zoe Kravitz look. For the ultimate in Halloweeny goodness, where else but the iconic Michelle Pfeiffer?
Meow.
Meow indeed. So long as you have the cat ears and the cat face mask, your outfit will be perfect. Yeah, sorry about that, I couldn't help myself. I do feel a notable mention coming on here. One of the inspirations for the Catwoman catsuit is Emma Peel from the Avengers. No, not the Avengers. No, not the Marvel Avengers. The Avengers, the British TV show. That's what I mean. Superheroes not cutting it? Well, sci-fi is your friend. Star Trek The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine will give you loads of options. Ensign, Captain, Commander. Just make sure you give yourself a surname. DS9 also has other characters not specifically linked to Starfleet, so you can draw a lot of inspiration from a lot of other characters. Huh? Yeah, I know Voyager has jumpsuits too. DS9 was far better. No, that is actually a hill I'm prepared to die on, okay? Don't at me. I feel a notable mention should be given to Galaxy Quest. Cracking film. You should watch it. So what? You want something a little more scary? Well, Michael Myers is a perfect jumpsuited horror character. Has a nice simple look, easy to achieve. Huh? Oh. What? You want something a bit more complex, a bit more scary? Okay, you've asked for it. I give you Hellraiser. A classic 1980s horror film with a lot of jumpsuit potential. Probably a bit much for your niece and nephew's first trick-or-treating outfit though. You might want to consider when you're going to wear that. Continue to stick with the Clive Barker theme and get yourself a simple flare jumpsuit pattern. Add a big fake fur collar. Sew on a few applique beads and walk around saying, "Be my victim." That's right, Candyman the original has such a strong look, and I think he's often overlooked, so please consider that. A notable mention should also go out for Logan's Run right now. Bit of an odd 1960s horror sci-fi-ish film, worth a watch though, really good. Let's take it down a notch or two and turn our attention to a couple of fond childhood cartoons that I feel could work. First off, Thundercats. Oh come on, I've already stated in earlier videos I'm obsessed with cats. This mention should not be a surprise to you. There are all those different characters to draw from, giving opportunities for those who wish to flex their creative muscles, whilst there are those who are starting off on their sewing journey. It's something for everybody there. Carrying on with the 1980s theme, may I present to you Ulysses 31, Telemachus, Yumi, Numenor. Now, where have I heard that name Numenor before? No. Sorry. Whatever it was clearly hasn't left an impression on me. They all look like they're wearing jumpsuits, and actually even No-No could be converted into like a play suit type thing. Although I'm not sure I'm going to call it a no play suit. It has all sorts of strange connotations. But let's give a notable mention to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Those were some jumpsuits. Fancy something a smidge more dystopian and political? Hey, I cater for taste on here. A quick nod should go to the 1984 film version of George Orwell's 1984. No, well that was a deliberate choice to film it in the same year. It's a very simple utilitarian look in light blue denim. Add a red sash and you could be part of the Junior Anti-Sex League. Yeah, I stopped qualifying for that a long time ago. Squid Game 2 has a strong look, and I understand it was also very good. Does anybody else think of the PlayStation controls when you see these guys? No, seriously, I haven't watched it, so is that intentional? Well, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. But, when in doubt, make it zombie. The ubiquitous horror character that can turn any normal jumpsuit costume into an instant spookfest. So I shall leave you with a little zombie inspiration gallery. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What might you try your hand at? Please let me know, but be sure to tag 85th and Wade as well. Remember the hashtag sewrompjumpplaypeek. But whatever you do, have fun, and who knows, you might become a jumpsuit convert. With that, this has been a Crazy Cat Lady Productions. You've been watching an unoriginal idea. Until next time.